You are not the light one all the time. You are the leftover. You're the one that everybody looks past and say, But they don't understand that God in you. Because a lot of times people can look at you and try to stereotype you, but they don't understand the many nights you've been at home praying and seeking God for a way. They try to look at you and try to size you up by the way you look. And God don't work like that. Let's go to the word. Romans chapter 11, verse 1. And if you want to stand up, you can. If you want to sit down, that's fine too. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Wot ye not that the scriptures saith, Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets, and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Right. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then it is no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. Right. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. Now, what I need y'all to understand, what Apostle Paul is talking about in verse 11. First of all, if you're a Bible scholar, if you've been reading the word, early on up in the scriptures in chapter 10, he talked about the people receiving faith, hearing faith. He says that how can a person hear the word? He must have a preacher. How can he preach unless he's been sent? Right? Okay, so that's what happened in those scriptures. So let me tell you what else happened in those scriptures after that. Now after that, you see in scripture that Apostle Paul here is saying to the church, he said, now watch this. He said, what I need y'all to understand is we've been preaching and we've been teaching and everybody been hearing, but they act like they don't want it. Come on. Yes, sir. That's what's happening in these passages of scripture. He's saying that there has been teaching and preaching going on to Israel, but Israel did not want it. So now when you get to verse 1 in chapter 11, it says, I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid, for I am also an Israelite. Now what you need to understand about being leftover, you can't worry about what everybody else is doing. That's right. Because everybody else's actions are not your actions, and you cannot be moved by everybody else's actions and everybody else's character. Sometimes when it seems like God has cast away his people, he has not cast away his people because you're still here. And this is what Paul was saying. He said, that has God cast away his people forever? Then Paul said, God forbid. Because I am also an Israelite. So he was saying that I'm living proof that there are still some people out here that still live in a righteous life, that still want to serve God, that still is not going to compromise. You might not be the most popular, you might not be the most wanted, but doggone it, you are taking care of your soul salvation with fear and trembling. Amen? Oh no, I'm getting somewhere. I'm going to teach this thing now. Yeah, it ain't time for preaching. Amen. Amen. It also says here, when you look at here, it talks about Elias. It says that Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So what you need to understand about these series of scripture here is now he's referring to Elijah. Over in 1 Kings chapter 18, where there was a battle on Mount Carmel against the prophets of Baal. Now what you need to understand what was going on at this time. At this time, the Israelites were under Ahab and Jezebel's rule. Now, you have to understand that religion has always been tied to government.
All right. All right.
Even America says under God. All right? Yeah. So religion has always been tied to government. But when Israel was under Ahab and Jezebel rule, Baal worship was the top dog in religion.
Okay.
Baal worship was the top dog in the religion. So Jezebel, you know her with her crazy self. And with her controlling self. Now y'all looking at me, let me tell you, men can have a Jezebel spirit too. You don't have to be a woman to have a Jezebel spirit. If you feel like you're supposed to control everything and manipulate, you just may have a Jezebel spirit. Amen. So you see in scripture that now religion, that worship of Baal has been forced on the children of Israel. Forced by lynching, by murders, by dictatorship under Ahab and Jezebel. So Jezebel was killing out all of the prophets of Baal. But there was one man by the name of Elijah. You know the story, the battle on Mount Carmel. There was a battle on Mount Carmel against one prophet and all these other prophets of Baal. And the Bible says that he told him, he said, let me tell you what we're going to do right here. He says, you build an altar, I build an altar. You call on your God, and if he answers, he is the true God. Now and then I'm going to call on my God, and if he answers, he is the true God. So the story, we all know the story. The prophets of Baal built an altar. They began going around calling upon their God. Matter of fact, they would call him Belapor. All right? For some of you doctrine scholars. They would call him Belapor. And they would call upon his name and there was no answer. They started cutting themselves. There was no answer. They started like they was in a rock star band. And there was no answer. But because God is the true God, Elijah set up his altar. But when he set up his altar, he set up his altar with a covenant. See, when you are leftover, you have made a decision in your life that you're not going to break a covenant. You're not even going to break a covenant with your spouse. You're not going to break a covenant with God. You're not going to break a covenant with his word. So when he set up the altar, he just didn't just set up an altar. The Bible says he set up the altar. He dug a trench around the altar. And then he set up 12 stones around the altar to symbolize the 12 tribes of Egypt. So when he called upon God, God will look down and see his covenant. Oh, I can't get it all. Matter of fact, he even filled the trench with water. So when he called upon his God one time, he didn't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. He didn't have to cut himself. He didn't have to run all over the place. He didn't have to holler. He knew that his God was true. And he called upon God one time. And God answered him with fire. And so much that it lit up the altar and lit up the trench that was filled with water. But what happens is when you feel like you're the only one, Now this is what I need y'all to understand. Sometimes in this Christian life, you can feel like you are the only one that seems like you want to do right.
Come on, Pastor. Yes, sir.
You feel like you're the only one that's going to stand for righteousness and holiness. You feel like you're the only one that's not going to compromise with the world. So he had to flee from Jezebel because Jezebel said, I'm going to get you. She said she was going to kill him. So he ran for his life. As he was running for his life, he found himself in a state where he wanted to commit suicide. And he wanted to commit suicide because he was discouraged, because he felt like he was the only one.